Ladies and gentlemen, we have some physique updates in the off-season. Regan, Grimes, as well as John Jewett. Man, I had an absolute brain fart. Joan Pradells, the Spaniard sensation as well, having some physique updates. And for the Arnold Classic, Rafael Brandao and Antoine Vaillant sharing physique updates 10.5 weeks out. So if you're interested, stay tuned. If you're new here, I'm Josh Sanj here on BNN. Consider subscribing. But let's jump into Regan Grimes. As you can see here, I would say deep in the off season, but he's maintaining an impressive amount of conditioning and separation with so much mass on his frame. Looking at the post courtesy of Daniel over at Bodybuilders Without Borders. Make sure you follow him. The ESPN of bodybuilding is what people call him, and that's what I call him as well. But they did not include a weight update here, but he was north of 300 pounds the last time we saw him with a physique update. So, expect him to continue growing. I'm wondering what the strategy is coming into 2024 because, in my opinion, he has all the muscle he needs. He technically beat Nathan Diasho, which is an 11-time pro show winner. They technically gave him that win. So he's kind of in that echelons of bodybuilders now where he can hop into any show and he's going to be in the conversation. So I'm wondering what show he's going to do. Probably expect him later in the season, maybe June, July. Maybe he does like a Texas show, or he just goes back and does his historic European shows. I'd like to see him win a Vancouver. He's Canadian, so I'd like to see that. John Jewett, huge success last year, coming out of 212 into the men's open division, going to the Legion Sports, I believe it was, and placing second in front of Justin Rodriguez, who did get an Arnold Classic invite. So, in my theory, I thought they were going to put John Jewett in the Arnold Classic. I reached out to John. He did show interest in doing the Arnold Classic, but not this year. He wants to focus on building up the physique, getting ready to be more competitive in the open division. Although, his open debut, placing top 2 at the Legion Sports Festival, I think is a huge accomplishment, a huge crown for him. But he wants the gold. He wants to get back on the Olympia stage, and he wants to do it in the men's open bodybuilding division. I respect that decision. Ever since John placed 4th in the 212, I've been a huge fan, and I'm very, very excited to see what he has planned for 2024. Next up, we have some Rafael Brandao physique updates. Moving right along. I hope you enjoy the tempo, ladies and gentlemen. But he's sharing some physique updates. The post says, Ohio is coming with 2 M's. I don't think that's how you spell it, but hey, that's all right. He speaks more languages than I do. And he's saying 11 weeks out. So this post might be a few days older than what we think here. It is posted as of the 21st of December, but it could be a little bit older, around 11 weeks out. And I'm liking what I'm seeing from Rafael Brandao. I think, like I said last time, I think he's doing his prep perfectly. He's slowly coming down in weight. He's cleaning up the edges. He's sharpening the tools, as you will, when you look at the tool shed. And the physique's coming along exactly as he should, exactly as it should. And I would like to see as much muscle as possible maintained on that frame, and that's why he looks a little puffy coming into this update. And of course, best of luck. I think he's my pick for a first call-out guy. Now, Joan Pradells, this guy came out of nowhere last year. He won his pro card in 2022 at the Embro Classic. He hopped into, I believe it was it was one of those Spanish shows or one of those French shows. I'm pretty sure it was the Europa Pro, if I get that one right. He's sharing some physique updates now, continuing to impress me. This guy is so impressive. He's a whopping 24 years old or something, and he's completely filled out this frame perfectly. He's continuing to put more muscle on, as you can see in this off season, and I'm just super stoked for this guy. I love seeing young open competitors coming into the division and automatically hopping into those first call outs and really crushing it. So best of luck to him as well. In finishing up the video, if you enjoy this style of content, consider subscribing. Antoine Vaillant, probably the leanest guy next to Hadi Chupin and Samson, 10.5 weeks out from the Arnold Classic USA. this guy is, I'm telling you, I think he's going to surprise some people. He did the Chicago, and I know Mark's Max Muscle did a video. It's kind of like the Chicago Pro curse. If you win the Chicago, you never place very well at the Olympia. Now, I think Antoine might be able to beat that here. He's looking very good. He's looking very clean. The physique's nice and sharp and crisp. He's always a guy that's been working to improve the proportions. He's always had really big legs, and now I'm excited to see him starting to let the other muscle groups catch up. And although this isn't a full posing routine, this is a very transparent look at exactly what Antoine is probably expecting to bring to the Arnold Classic 10.5 weeks out from now. So, my pick, I think he would be a dark horse for a first call-out pick here. There's a lot of guys that are going to be very competitive at this Arnold Classic. It's a deep lineup with a lot of dark horse competitors that could hop into that first call-out in just a drop of a hat or a drop of a bucket if we're thinking about a prep standpoint. So if Antoine continues to improve the way he's looking now, in my opinion, Antoine, I genuinely think you're a first call-out guy for the 2024 Arnold Classic. So prove me right or prove me wrong. Either way, I'll be watching. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host here on the Bodybuilding News Network, Josh Sanch. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.